Welcome back to NetWorthy Podcast, where we provide coverage on all things NBA. I'm your co-host El Jefe, and I'm joined here by my fellow members of the SFN crew. How y'all fellas doing tonight?
Man's calm, you feel me?
Yeah, I don't know what that was. It's been some time, but I'm glad to see the guys. Uh, just want to cheers my uncle real quick. May he rest in peace. I lost him yesterday, but it's a good man. So you don't cheers water, that's bad luck. But
Pulling one out for him. Over here, second half.
You say
Second
no.
half of the season. I said pouring one out for him.
yeah, apparently you're
Pouring
not
one
supposed
out.
to cheers water. But yeah, it's the last time I'm gonna drink for a minute. So
Yeah,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it,
yeah.
John.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Me and Sav talked last night, so I'm just fucking with him. But yeah, otherwise, man, everything's been cool, man. Nike'd out.
Yeah, you got some interesting color coordination going on there. But we
I
can get
like these
into it.
colors. Is there a
Yeah,
problem with my color coordination?
uh, just a tad, just a tad. But
Wayne got a picture of himself behind in his background.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
yo, that's
That's
great.
crazy.
He got
That's
a picture of
crazy.
himself.
As nuts.
That's
That's
crazy.
very very conceited of him. That's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy for me. It's crazy for him. Conceited. He got a picture of himself
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean,
So I had
he's
superimposed in his
I had a
he's
pretty
background.
bad dunk contest.
Out of all
he's
pictures to chose, I'm
he's
surprised you chose that one.
hey, he's posing with the squad, man. What you want him to
That's
do?
crazy. Nah, that's crazy. That's
If you
crazy.
had
Nah.
hey, bro, if you had a jersey on that Joe, be John like the geek right now. I'm not gonna count with you.
The wild
You
part
know I
is
got a jersey too, bro. That's my dog, yo. But nah.
you did the no look at the wrong part. You're supposed to do the no look when you in the air, not when you land. You're supposed to not
You know,
you know
I'm an in game, but I'm an in game dunker. In
yeah.
game dunker.
I think he just wanted to
Yeah.
dab on us all. That's what
Yeah,
I felt. I,
it was
I thought
so
you were
weak,
just
bro.
dabbing on us.
He's so late. Never mind.
But
Bro, it's so lame.
but but for all the fans at home, man, let's tell them let's get into the All Star Weekend recap. We talking about the dunk contest right here with one Jaylen Brown, who decided to finally somebody of a superstar caliber. And as much as I don't like the Celtics, I do commend Jaylen Brown for being the guy to step up in there and be a superstar in the dunk contest, because that's something we needed. And after the dunk contest, we saw some tweets from some guys like John Morant, Zion Williamson, Joel Embiid, and I think there was a couple other guys who were saying, this, that, and the third. So maybe we can see them in the future in the dunk contest. I know Victor even said he wanted to be in it before his career is all said and done. So that would be just great to see. But Matt McClung ended up defending his title, but it was all good. We also had a 3-point contest. We got to see Steph versus Sabrina, WNBA. Shout them out as well. I'm really happy for the WNBA that they got some light, and not only that, Sabrina shot just as well as just pretty much any guy in the 3-point contest. So please, NBA, put her in next season. I'd love to see it. But how did y'all feel about the whole entirety of the dunk contest, the 3-point contest, and even the skills competition?
Uh,
Would you?
you go first.
No, I was going to ask if Jalen. I was going to ask if Jalen wanted to go first since he was a part of it.
Yikes.
No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm fucking around. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'll make sure we tag Sabrina for your part specifically, so that way she sees how much love you got for her.
No, I mean for real, she outshot a lot of men from the NBA range. You know what I mean? I know there was a little riffraff and people talking about what Kenny Smith was saying and kind of diminishing, what she was able to accomplish.
Yeah.
But Sabrina, is it Ionescu? Ionescu? How do you pronounce her
And
last
that's
name?
you. And that's you.
Ionescu.
NSQ,
Yeah.
NSQ.
Yeah, no, man. She held her own. I honestly, I knew she was a sharpshooter, but I didn't think she was going, put on like that. I think, Dame is like, hey, Dame really can't be the 3-point shooter if Sabrina is the one. No, no, it's still, hey man, we getting to it. We getting to it, man. This talking about All-Star Weekend. We gotta mention these things as well. I was reading the text. That's really it. That's all that is for the viewers at home or the listeners. But that was a really big moment. Aside from that, I think the All-Star Weekend is dragging. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I mean, I went to sleep during the dunk contest. No offense to Mac McClung, but it's not really moving me. It doesn't really move me. But you look like what are y'all about to say something? So I mean, you can disagree with me, but like there's no defense in the All-Star game. I'm not trying to see dudes hoist up threes. Like, yeah, it's cool. Like Tyrese Halliburton showed up for his, for where he's from. Put up he went far from 5. Dame Lillard shooting from half court, doing his thing. I'm not saying where he's from, like where he plays. That's what I mean.
No, it's not even that. Like Hallie really blows me because if we go back and look at those tweets to when he got sent over there, nigga was ready to cry. He was ready to give up. He was not ready to have a career in Indiana. And he got blessed in the situation he got put in, and they put pieces around him that actually were beneficial to him. So now it's a different situation now. So like for me, it's like he was crying, bro. And now it's like, no.
Bro,
no.
He was on the West Coast. I mean, you going from the West Coast to the sticks in Indiana, like even though Indiana is a basketball town.
He loved being in LA. He loved being a King. That was his shit.
And that's why he was upset. It is what it is. But he's a hooper, so he went to basketball town, USA, according to Indiana.
Let me ask you guys this: if you're the head coach, the GM, the owner of the Kings back then, are you really getting rid of a young Tyrese for De'Aaron Fox back then? Is that really your move?
Was that what it was?
Well, no, I mean, but that was it was the decision. It was the decision between both of them at point guard, and they gave up Tyrese Halliburton instead of giving up De'Aaron Fox.
And that was a personal stupid ass choice because what you should have did was put Hallie at the 2. It doesn't matter. Everybody brings the ball with the floor. That's besides the point. So for you to ship a player who is now an all-star, who would have been on the all-star roster, if the Kings would have had Tyrese in the playoffs, come on, bro.
Well, I mean, they got a big man in DeMontis. They got a solid piece with DeMontis. You can't really be upset if you're the Kings either. You know what I mean? They have DeMontis out there,
but if you moved him for picks, if I'm correct, they had 2 number 1s that they gave up in the Sabonis trade with Hallie because they didn't believe in Halliburton when they got him. That was also the thing. You gave up 2 first potential top 10 picks. Because if I'm correct, that's how the Pacers got Benedict Mathurin, or how do you say his last name?
Mathurin.
Who showed out against Jaden Ivey in the Rising Stars competition.
But my thing is, would you have rather traded De'Aaron Fox at that time for Sabonis?
No, because you were still in the rebuilding. You were still in the rebuilding phase. It wouldn't have mattered.
No.
Well, the thing is, we knew what De'Aaron was at that point. We didn't know what Tyrese was going to become, and who's to say that he doesn't become what he is now in Sacramento? So it was maybe a little bit one-sided because of the first-round picks you give up, but at the end of the day, Tyrese becomes what he becomes, and now we're looking at Indiana like a real threat. Not necessarily a real threat, but they're at least better. They're better off than where they were in the Eastern Conference. So, and I mean, they represented well this All-Star weekend. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say something off topic, but I heard Paul George say something about he would want his jersey retired in Indiana. And
we're not doing that.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying it'd be funny, but
he's not. He didn't get. I mean, he ran into Miami. LeBron took him to 7. I think he's the only.
But he was their
dolo.
I guess their dolo. He was their dolo. Danny Green made.
Him and David West, for real.
Yeah, David West was there.
Yeah, David was prime. That's prime,
bro. And Paul George to that franchise is not. He's not what like Reggie Miller was.
I feel like absolutely not. Of course not.
No.
But then again, the Pacers have never been in a position to have anybody of Reggie Miller caliber. other than Paul George was the closest person after that. Now Halliburton. Those
Yeah, but you're not. He didn't even get to the final. We're not retiring that number. No way.
I'm not even talking about, but what I'm saying is, I can see, for example, him being interested in that comeback if he loses again with the Clippers. Because if I'm
Oh,
correct,
going back to
yeah,
Indiana for
yeah,
sure.
that's all. Yeah, that's what
Absolutely.
I'm saying.
No, you mentioned him retiring the jersey. That's why I was like,
Well, I
no.
mentioned I didn't even get to say retire his jersey. I was saying return. The return.
Oh yeah. No, I definitely.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I
just
can
in the
see that.
offseason, if you lose with the Clippers now, Pacers are in a position to have some money and they could do things now. So it's
Yeah.
now that he
And
put that out there in the universe, I'm just saying they could have listened to that and be like, hey, you want to come back? No.
Be interesting, bro. It really would.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, be interesting. No speculation.
That'll be very interesting to see if he goes
But
back.
yeah, to touch back on what you were saying, the All-Star has not been competitive in a while. Like after I saw Scotty Barnes do that dumb shit in the skills contest, I was like, yep, I don't want to watch this anymore. Like, and it hurt because I wanted to watch Matt McClung actually dunk, and he did what he was supposed to do. Like Matt McClung, Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, that'd be a good show. I'm there for that.
Mac McClung is easily the third best dunker, and he's not making it to the final round. I get what you're saying, but like Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, no,
But
he's
I'm
not. He's
saying,
not
like,
making it to the final.
but that goes. I was just going based off of your point. Like,
Yeah,
if
okay. I see what you're saying.
competitive, you got to put people like now. You got enough time under your belt where you still got people who have won that. What, like I said, I think Aaron won, Zach won back to back. Aaron won one. So now
Aaron never won. He got robbed.
Who's still in
That's
the
what I'm
league
saying.
where it's like, hey, let's do a champions dunk contest. That I
Well,
just feel like
unfortunately, Aaron doesn't qualify for that because he didn't win one. He's like the Sean Kemp of that. He's young.
What'd you say?
I said Aaron actually never won one. Zach LaVine beat him twice.
That's facts. Yeah.
Correction, yes, he didn't.
But you got it though. Aaron. Well, I guess he's kind of older now, so he might not have the same bounce. But prime Aaron Gordon, prime Zach LaVine. I mean, you can throw Mac just because he's won the last two. But my issue more so, well, aside from the big name guys not doing the dunk contest, there's no competing in these games, man. Like these guys, and there's been many discussions. People talking about, you never want to get injured. I mean, you don't want these guys getting hurt out there and risking their season, their team season. Guys need breaks or whatever, which is fine. But I'm sure that all of you wanted to see a competitive game. I don't think any one of you, like, Wayne, I don't think you want to go out there and see guys just running up and down, not even running, just like jogging, nobody caring, like Luka hoisting up a 70-foot shot for what? You know what I mean? And we get it was a 2-1, but like, what are we doing?
And we talked about this, a little offline earlier, and I was saying this game should be pushed back to right before the finals. And if that team or if that player is on a finals team, they should just be replaced in the All-Star game at that point. And maybe we would get a little bit more of a competitive game.
But that's like the same argument of having the worst team have the best draft pick, like football. So it's tough. It's it's on the NFL NBA PA, but that's a tough one. I don't know if they would switch to that since it's been it's been an All-Star game for 70-some years now. So they've been doing the same thing midseason every year. But I mean, yeah, it does suck to not have the competitive aspect to it. It's good to see talent go against talent, even though it's not really like going against each other, but it's good to see all talent on one floor. But unfortunately, we won't get back to the old. We just won't. And I saw a stat too as well, and I think I hope that is true. That in all the All-Star games that they had, there hasn't been one player that's gotten injured from the All-Star game ever. So I mean, they have no excuse to not go 100%, 110%, but they just don't feel like it. Man, Luka was doing strides, like light strides on the court, but that's what it is.
I think Luka and Jokic, they just show up because if they don't, they'll get fined.
Facts.
And that's the thing, you know what I mean? Like, just to Wayne's point, like nobody's ever gotten hurt. And we've seen some competitive basketball. 2001, the game comes down to literally the last shot, no injuries. The one where Mike hit the buzzer beater to take it
Oh,
to
yeah.
overtime, no injuries. You got 96, you got 98. You know what I mean? I hate to be that old guy because everybody cracks jokes that I'm the old head or whatever, but like, at least these guys had, fighting
Man was
them.
watching that on the satellite TV
Yeah.
with the antennas.
Like even Ed Edwards, he was just like, this is, and I love Ed Edwards. You know what I mean? Like, that's my guy. That's the new school kid. I like, he's like, this is like vacation for us. We
Yeah,
all need a break, and that's why,
exactly.
Hefe, exactly. You know what I mean? Like if they do the All Star game after the playoffs and stuff, then players definitely not gonna play because they're gonna be super gassed. At
Hmm.
that point, I would completely
Series
mail it
is
in.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Hmm.
don't think moving it is the solution. I think it's just
So
they gotta incentivize it. Kind of maybe do like what baseball does. The winner gets home field advantage, or some sort of monetary incentive. I was on Twitter and said, maybe you do like a one-on-one tournament between the respective positions. Like you got all the point guards, east to west, do one-on-one tournament. Shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, like something, man. They gotta mix it up, man, because this is not it. Me going to sleep during the dunk contest is crazy.
I just
Doesn't make
take that
sense,
as you're old, but that's what I'm taking
brother.
that one.
Hell no.
But but let's go ahead and get off this all-star business, man. Let's get into some other topics in the NBA. We got Philly, man. Y'all Embiid, he got hurt and he'll be out for a little while. We don't know how long he'll be out. But without Embiid, man, do y'all think that Philly can secure a play-in or even a playoff spot this season? Right now they're currently in 5th place. So how do y'all feel about Philly?
I'll go quick. Yeah, I feel like they'll definitely hold a spot and will probably be back a couple weeks before the season's done. Maxi should be able to hold it down. They have enough depth to at least hold the 5th or 6th spot in the East. You know what I mean? Like it's not that many at the top right now, but they'll be able to hold their own on the 5th or 6th and be able to hold a spot in time for when B comes back. I can't see him I can see him in the play-in too as well, but still I can see them making the playoffs regardless, even if they make the play-in. So they have enough depth on that team, and they're well coached by Nick Nurse, so they should be fine.
Yeah. I don't know how guys feel about Buddy Hield, but I think it was a pretty solid addition as far as, being able to spread the floor a little bit and giving Tyrese Maxey a little bit more room to maneuver on the court, as well as, him running with the second unit if he is gonna run with the second unit. I mean, the Sixers obviously are in worse shape without Embiid, but I agree with you, Wayne. I think that they can still, I still think without Embiid, they are, with the experience, I think they're better than Chicago, arguably better than Atlanta. They're definitely better than Brooklyn, Toronto, Charlotte, obviously Washington, and Detroit. Worst teams, a joke. Um,
Yeah.
I think Indiana overtakes them. Indiana healthy is a better team. I mean, if the Knicks don't get healthy anytime soon, I could see them fighting for that last secure playoff spot. As the Knicks are in bad shape as well, but I think the Sixers have enough depth, you know, especially at least to what Wayne is saying. I think they have enough depth to at least secure a 5th or 6th seed, unless Miami gets their act together, which I'm sure that they will.
Yeah, this is the time that Jimmy actually plays.
Yeah, I do believe that Philly will secure at least a play-in position, to say the least. I don't know if they'll secure a top 6 seed without Embiid. I know Buddy Hield was a good addition. I do agree with you there. And I definitely agree with that addition. But I think they may seep down into the play-in possibly. But I do think they'll still make the playoffs.
Yeah, they'll probably be playing 'cause Miami fixes. Miami probably rights the ship. Indiana is going to jump up. Orlando quietly is a really good basketball team.
Quietly, but I could still see him at playing.
Yeah, nah, yeah, Philly be a playing team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, but But then another one, we got Milwaukee, man. They fired their head coach for the Lord knows what reason still. And they brought in Doc Rivers again for Lord knows what reason. Because they went 3-7 with his arrival right before All-Star break. It's not looking good. The team's not performing. And as much as people want to blame Dame and his personal situation, I they were playing just fine before that. So please don't blame that on him. This has to go on Doc. And one thing I also have to say about Doc is Doc's got to stop blaming the teammates and start taking accountability for him just being ass. But how y'all feel about the situation in
I
Milwaukee?
don't think it's fair to scapegoat Doc, even though we know Doc is at his coaching issues.
But the thing is, he keeps scapegoating and saying it's the teammates, this, that. No, what about you? What about your coaching decisions? They're 3-7. This is a Giannis and Dame
and
Lillard led team.
you're right, but I and not to side with Doc because I do agree you can't really scapegoat your players. But why did Milwaukee go and grab him? He wasn't doing anything.
I mean, you got to
He
call
was
the front
hosting.
office for that one.
He was hosting game. He was commentating on games. So what are you doing pulling out Doc Rivers, who outside of him winning in Boston hasn't done much of anything?
No,
What was the
stop
what
this.
was the
Stop this. As a fan, as a Boston fan, he did nothing for us. He
that's
should
what I'm
have won.
saying.
He
Speaking,
should have won a
tell him,
minimum of 3 championships. A minimum of 3 championships.
tell him, Wayne.
3?
He's trash, bro. He's trash. He's
Let
only
me
good
see.
when he has players around him, and he's still, as he did when he was with the Clippers, as he did when he was with Philly, with talent around him. They win during the regular season. As soon as the postseason comes, boom,
Who did y'all lose
failure.
to in 09? Did y'all lose to LeBron?
To the Magic, because the Magic made the finals against
That's
the
right.
Lakers.
That's right. They did.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dwayne. Yeah, Dwight beat.
Dwight. Yeah. Turkaloo and them. Yeah.
What
So
year was it that Dwayne Wade broke Rondo's arm? What year was that?
had to
You
be
gotta
like
chill out.
11. I think it was 11.
That was 11. You're right.
Yeah.
You
Because
gotta
Boston,
chill out.
Boston was going to beat Miami. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, LeBron and them shouldn't even. All right, we got sidetracked, but LeBron and them shouldn't even seen that final because Rondo was in a different
Yeah,
space.
you gotta chill out.
Yeah.
But no, it's unfortunate to see I'm not even a Dame guy, but it's really unfortunate to see Milwaukee just kind of falling apart like this. You kind of want to liken them to the Oscar Robertson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar combination in Milwaukee all those decades past. But something is not right. And I'm sure that we've all seen the back and forth between JJ Redick and Pat Beverly about Doc Rivers and Pat Beverly saying that Doc saved JJ's career, but I don't really think Doc has done much of anything except stand on the sideline and make these funny faces and very memeable. But what you said, they're 3-7. I mean, they have a chance to right the ship. I don't. I mean, they going up against Ant Edwards in Minnesota. Minnesota, the best defensive team in the NBA. Unless Dame is shooting lights out like he was in over All-Star break, I don't necessarily know. Maybe Glorilla will, boost his ego. He can get, he can write himself on it. She said something about, she wanted him.
Sure
She
did.
wanted him. So
He sure did.
what was it? Yeah, Glow. Maybe she, hype up Dame. Look, yeah, Dame. Maybe that'll get him a little bit of a boost because Minnesota looks really good right now. I know we're going to get into that a little bit later, but yes, I do think Minnesota will be able to stay at the #1 spot in the Western Conference. They'll beat up on Philadelphia, and then they got a game at home against Charlotte. So Milwaukee has a good chance to win what 3 out of their next 4: Minnesota, Philly, and then the Hornets back to back. So that'll be a good coming out of the All-Star break.
Yeah, we'll
Give
see
them
what
boys some confidence.
we'll see what Doc can cook up and see if he can right the ship. But if not, hopefully he gets fired and we see him out of the NBA for the rest of history.
So
I agree.
who's going to be the next coach, man? You firing him midseason?
Honestly, I really don't know at this point because I just
They
know
should-
it can't be Doc. It can't be Doc.
They shouldn't have fired Budenholzer in the first place. It's just as simple as
They really
that.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
really shouldn't.
he was good enough. So
But I mean, that's on them. They did what they did, and they can't reverse time now. But they got to get rid of Doc. I'm because they're gonna be first round exits. I can foresee it already. First round exit. But we'll get into that one closer to playoff time for sure. But let's get into some first place winners as Ant was talking about earlier. Man, can the Wolves and the Celtics hang on to their number one respective seeds throughout the remainder of this season? And also, can the Mavs, Kings, Lakers, Warriors, Heat, Magic, Bulls, and Hawks get out of their play-in spot, or will any of these teams just completely miss the playoffs entirely? But we can start with the number one journey, of course, the most prominent thing on the board. For the Celtics, unfortunately, I don't see anybody being able to catch up to where they are right now, unless somebody unfortunately gets hurt, which I would not like to see. I need to see some good ball. So I do think the Celtics will definitely hold down the East this year. As far as the West, the Wolves, they as much as Ant says they play defensive ball, I think that's a good thing, and I'm pretty sure that will continue. But I do not think they will finish the season as the number ones in the West. I think that is still very, very much up for grabs, and there's a plethora of teams that I think are in the race for that, as OKC, Clippers, Denver, and Phoenix, to name a few. I think all of them still all have a fighting chance to claim that number one spot. I don't think it's as wide open in the East for anyone. How do y'all feel about the number ones?
I got the Celtics, obviously taking the East. Not just winning number one in the East, but winning the entire East. You can shake your head all you want, Sav. I'm speaking facts. But I see nobody. I see only, honestly, the only people that can beat us is us. So we got to figure it out this year. We just got to stay healthy and figure it out and get the job done. Yeah, I mean, I guess really the Heat, in the playoffs, that'll be the only challenge because it's been like a challenge for a few years. But to be honest with you, Celtics will run away. No problem in New York. No problem wherever else, for the East. I'm not really not worried about it anywhere else. So for the West, I feel like the Clippers or OKC will be number one when it's all said and done. OKC has a ton of depth. It doesn't matter how young they are, but it'll be between them or the Clippers for sure. Clippers, the way that they're playing, lights out basketball right now with a lot of veteran play, and Ty Lue always got it, his troops ready to go. So it'll be between those two for sure.
Hey, so I understand how you feel about the Celtics the same way I feel about the Knicks. The Knicks just are not healthy, and it doesn't look like we're going to be healthy anytime soon. So I will concede the East. But once we get healthy, I will concede the East regular season wise.
So who do you have again?
As far as players,
Yeah.
we got.
I was rhetorical.
Isaiah.
I'm sorry. I was
gonna say, you want me to go through the list from position? I mean, we got Isaiah Hartenstein is out. Mitchell Robinson
is Basuda, so I'm sorry. I apologize. That was a rhetorical.
Here we go. You gonna disrespect Jalen Brunson like that?
That's all you got. Just because he's an all-star now, you can mention his name.
Julius Randle was all NBA. Julius Randle was all NBA. OG Anunoby's OG. He's all NBA 13. Still all NBA.
Which one? 1, 2,
13.
1, 2, 3.
Come on, man. Who?
You want to know something about the Knicks, though? They went on a 4-game losing streak into All-Star break.
Y'all aren't good either.
They're injured. OG Anunoby's out for an extended period of time. Julius Randle's out for an extended period of time. Mitchell Robinson's out for an extended period of time. Isaiah Hartenstein's out for an extended period of time. So that's a lot of scoring and our defense.
Wayne Sav. All I hear is excuses. Is that what y'all hear too?
I'm not giving you excuses. I'm explaining to you the factual evidence.
Don't start. What'd you win? Y'all won 1 game and Jimmy got back in the gym, so you ecstatic now.
We won 2 straight going into All-Star break, man. We doing well.
We won 2.
We doing well,
man. Don't worry about it.
Hey, 4 straight losses, man. Let's talk about it.
The same guy who said Bam Adebayo was better than Anthony Davis. We'll get into that off air. I do think that Boston will end up being the number 1 seed in the regular season. Now, whether that carries over into the playoffs, we will have to find out.
Oh
You
no.
know, according to the talking heads, Boston tends to talk down. I mean, sorry, not talk down. They tend to play down to their opponent. So Boston is beatable. We think that Boston is beatable, especially if Jason Tatum doesn't show up. Which
Not
again,
against New York.
anything is. We're just saying in general. Anything's possible, man. New York is a very gritty team, but we're not going to. Again, we're injured.
Randall
In the
doesn't show
West,
up.
I like Minnesota, but if Minnesota doesn't get the job done, I think the Clippers are gelling at the right time, and I think that they can carry that over into throughout the rest of the second half of this regular season. And I think that they are capable of securing that number 1 spot if they stay healthy as well. I know them guys are a little bit older, but they
Little.
they have the experience, and it looks like they have the cohesion. And Tyronn Lue is an excellent ball coach, so I think that the Clippers have a really strong chance of securing the number 1 seed if Minnesota does not. But I am rooting for Ant Edwards 1,000%. That's my guy.
So you wear Adidas now, huh?
Actually, I just copped a pair.
Makes sense. Makes sense for your followings and findings. Interesting development.
Oh man, Sav, you got any opinion on the number 1 seeds?
Boston's gonna be the number 1 seed and Reggie Miller in the first round, per usual, because Jason Tatum can't show up. And as a Duke fan, it hurts my heart to fucking say, but I'm just tired of putting my faith.
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller. Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah.
I got
In
you.
the first round. Wow. Crazy. Okay.
I've lost faith. I've lost faith, Wayne. It's no disrespect to Boston. It's just him specifically, and I can't tolerate it.
It kills me, bro. Trust me.
Like I can't I honestly can't fathom. And it's just like, bro, like
Said bro's a choke artist.
it hurts. It hurts to say because I'm a Duke fan. So like I can't even like defend it currently until he does something. It's like Tyus Jones got a ring.
Please don't mention
Yo,
him.
chill out. Yo, chill out. That was crazy. Oh man. What about the West though, man? Who you got in the West? You think the Wolves will hold on?
I want the Wolves to hold on. I want Anthony to get it. Anthony Edwards. I've just got all the faith in him. Honestly, just because, like I said, it'd be good for Minnesota, honestly, to be able to get that number 1 seed. And I feel like it'd be beneficial. I'm tired of the old heads just collectively being old together and just pulling shit out because and that's cool and all. I'm not don't get me wrong, I'm not hating. Like I want Paul George to be successful more than anything, personally. But it's just a thing of like that team has built some chemistry, even as much as I don't want to say it. The Rudy Gobert edition is weirdly working for them. So let it rock. You know what I'm saying? Cat's jump shot came along a lot more. But granted, a lot of people got to remember, like Cat was a guard before he blew up in height. Him and Anthony Davis both started as guards before they hit their growth spurt in high school. So it's just like one of those things where like they're getting back to what they were doing versus what they had been shaped to do to get to where they were in the NBA. And now it's good that the NBA is changing to a certain extent. I wish we would stay a little bit more physical, but like now everything's leading to stretch fours, stretch fives, a lot of length on the floor, which then again kind of closes down the floor and makes people shoot more perimeter shots, which is over time just annoying to see on the consistent until playoffs because it's like that's just all rudimentary bullshit. So
Yeah.
but I got Minnesota coming out the West. And like I said, Boston will more than likely seal the East as well.
So you're calling for Boston Minnesota finals?
No, he's saying they're
whoa.
he's saying as the
Oh,
number
just
ones.
okay.
That's
My
what
fault.
that's
My
what we're
fault.
discussing. We're not there yet. We'll get there in a few weeks, man. But also let's get into the
I
teams.
like getting his first ring, man, against the Boston Celtics. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Wow, guys,
Sorry.
man. But let's get into some current play-in teams, man. The Mavs, Kings, Lakers, Warriors in the West currently sit in the play-in, and the Heat, Magic, Bulls, and Hawks currently sit in the play-in. Do y'all think these guys will remain in the play-in spot, or do you think they can secure a top 6 safe spot, or could either of these franchises potentially even just miss the playoffs altogether? First, want to look in the West. Dallas, Kings, Lakers, and Warriors currently sitting there. The Jazz are right outside with the Rockets. The Jazz are 1 game behind. It looks like, or actually, I'm sorry, 2.5 games behind the Warriors right now, and the Rockets are 3.5 of a play-in spot. I do believe that the Mavs will probably creep up. The Lakers, if they can keep clicking, we'll see what they can do. But I think they'll remain in the play-in again this year. I think the Warriors will probably remain in the play-in. And I'll be sad if the Kings don't make the play-in. I really will after their impressive year last year. If they miss the playoffs this year, it will be a sad thing to see. But I think Dallas and the Pelicans switch. How y'all feel about the West real quick?
I'll start. Yeah, no. Yeah, I pretty much agree. I don't think New Orleans. Well, I think Dallas switches with New Orleans. That's pretty much the only change I see. I don't really see any of these bottom tier teams. I don't see Utah or Houston really jumping up to overtake any of the other 4 teams: Dallas, Sacramento, LA, or Golden State. Now, who gets in? That's going to be the real question here. I think Dallas gets in. Um, I don't know. You never really want to count out LeBron. You never want to count out LeBron.
But you don't want
But
to count out
Steph
Steph.
Curry, Steph is playing, still playing at an amazing level at this age. You know what I mean? So I I don't know, but I think LeBron and AD and the way that the Lakers are playing with D'Lo, Rui Hachimura, inserted in the lineup a little bit more. Uh, I'm not sure if Vanderbilt does come back if he already hasn't come back. I haven't really seen a lot of Lakers basketball, but I think the Lakers have the pieces to at least get into the playoffs. I don't really think Sacramento's going to do it. So I think Dallas gets in, and I'm going to pick LA. I'm going to pick LA to get into the playoffs.
Okay.
No, he's gone. Okay. No, for me, now, I think the Kings will definitely make it for sure. It'll be a tough battle, but they're probably the best team out of that bunch. You can't go against LeBron. You can't go against the Lakers. It'll be tough to not see them in it, but the way the West is playing out, it's going to be tough. The Pelicans are playing good ball. The Mavs are playing good ball. It's just a lot of congestion in the West, as it always is. So for me, I'm going with the Kings.
Okay. And then in the Eastern, or Sav, you got an opinion on that? You think any of those teams are gonna dip out or potentially come up in the West out of the Mavs, Kings, Lakers, and Warriors?
Yeah.
I'm sure you got something to say about them Lakers.
I don't know why you asked me the question. We don't answer those questions because we already know where we're gonna be. You already know where we're gonna be. Just like what that motherfucker did. They say you don't know baby D like I know baby. You don't know baby D like you don't know LA like I know LA. You don't know LeBron like I know Bron. That's damn it. Don't play with Bron. Stop. Disrespect, the slander must stop. It's Bron. Okay? But I am excited. I think the Mavs are going to get in there too. I prefer the Mavs over the Cavs just because Monsieur Sage is there, and it seems like a good omen location for him. Like he's in a good state of mind. He's playing good basketball right now. He dunked in the All-Star game. No, he didn't. In my mind, he did. But
Oh man. All right. Well,
he's not allowed to go to
uh,
those events. He's not allowed to go to those events no more. He's done. Put a fork in him.
in the on the eastern side right now, the Heat, Magic, Bulls, and Hawks sit in the play-in spots. For me, I think Miami will definitely move in the top 6 with Embiid out in Philly and the Knicks hurting right now. They could easily dip down, and if the Bucks keep being the Bucks the way they are, I mean, we could easily move on up. The Magic too. Honestly, the Magic, as Ant said earlier in the podcast, the Magic have been playing really good ball. They got the same record as Miami right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if Philly and maybe one other team came down and Miami and the Magic moved up. I also wouldn't be surprised if Brooklyn found a way to went on a run and knocked off the Bulls or the Hawks out of the play-in this year. I wouldn't be surprised about either of those outcomes. But I do think all the teams right now, the top 10 teams are the top 10 that we'll see. But unless Brooklyn goes on a run, like I said. But how y'all feel about the East Side playing?
Why are we bringing Brooklyn up in the conversation?
They're 3 games out, man.
Crazy.
Or I'm sorry, 2.5 games out.
With what roster?
With the roster of all
And
NBA
what
talent.
coach?
With rotation players.
What coach?
That I can't tell you.
Right.
They just fired the guy.
I know
That's
whoever they decide to appoint.
Hoopers are gonna hoop regardless of what. Like, you gotta understand, that shit is, them youngins are bums, respectfully. Mikal Bridges went over there and took a bag. Respectfully, I take it. I understand. Cam Johnson went over there and took a bag. I mean, correction. They didn't go over there. They got sent over there. I forgot. Correction. They got sent over there. And now they over there just wheeling and dealing. Wheeling and dealing. So, in my personal opinion, Brooklyn can stay exactly where they are. It's just a waste for them to get to playoffs because it would be a spanking. This is not really contested. We're gonna watch a playoff. I want it to be want the shit to be action packed. I want the shit to be contest, and I want it to make sense. Brooklyn going to the playoffs doesn't make sense at all. Orlando is better than y'all. They're younger than y'all. They have more juice than y'all. Y'all meaning the Heat. So realistically, if Jimmy don't come back, y'all are in trouble because they're gonna run past him. So I can see Orlando getting out of the play-in, and Bucks are gonna be fine. Where's Atlanta right now?
Atlanta's in the
10.
last spot at 10.
Yeah.
Not possible. It's not possible.
They're on a 2-game losing streak in the All-Star break. They're 24 and 31.
Not possible. Honestly, I can't call anybody but probably Orlando's gonna throw some people off because Paulo's doing his thing. Now that right there, Monsieur Wayne, that's a Duke player for you.
I know.
Paulo
I
Banchero,
know.
that's a Duke player.
God.
Nigga, y'all got right now, I don't know who he is currently. He play like he a Tar Heel right now, and it's just unforgivable.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Hurts my heart to say.
No.
Hurts my heart. What do you want to say? You want me to say a Kansas Jayhawk?
There you go. You can say something like that. That's fine.
That's even worse than Adidas.
Exactly.
Oh, we gotta chill. We got a new Adidas sponsor in the chat.
Oh, facts. Yeah, let me chill.
Bro, I got on Nike right now. Let's calm down, guys.
He's done for. He's done for. His stipend is
No, but I think obviously Miami gonna make it. I also feel like the Magic will make it. It should be 7-8 like that. Hopefully it'll be Miami at 7. Because no one had to boot them out round 1, but if we have to, we have to. That's only the battle. Just get them out in 5 games. That's it. That's it.
No, we're saving that for another Eastern Conference Finals matchup.
I know, man. I know. Be ready for the Knicks in round 2 if they get to the 4th
4
seed.
years running?
Nah, man. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. The Knicks colors just stood up. He might have
We don't
something to
lose
say.
to New York, by the way. We don't lose to New York.
And neither do we. Bums.
I don't even know why y'all are, I don't need to waste my time with this nasty rhetoric here. I think Philly drops into the play-in spot. So you have if Jimmy Butler doesn't return, or if he stays up for an extended period of time, you have Orlando taking the 6th spot. I think you have, then you have Miami, Philly, Chicago, Atlanta. I don't really see Brooklyn doing anything. Toronto, they had a fire sale, so it's quiet for that. Charlotte, they still got to figure out whether Brandon Miller's going to jail or not. No, I'm just kidding. He's doing this thing. And
Brandon or Bridges, which one?
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Either one of them could be going to jail at any given moment.
No need to fear. Grant Williams is there.
Brother, I never want to hear about Grant Williams again. I never want to hear about Grant Williams again. Ever. Don't ever say his name around me. Grant Williams is
Bro,
he's the centerpiece of the organization.
So glad
I really something about his game really bothers me. I can't get behind it. Cannot get behind it.
No, I agree.
But no, we have Philly, Miami, tentative, in no specific order. You have Philly, Miami, Chicago, Atlanta. And I like Miami making it out. And if Philly has Embiid back, I like Philly coming out of there. I like Orlando in a playoff, like a guaranteed playoff spot. I like the Banchero kid, man. He's good. Paolo.
Solid.
Then he go to Duke.
Don't hype this man's head, please.
Don't start him again.
Please.
Don't start him again.
Please.
Just fucking
Do not start him again.
Paolo was a dude, man. He was a hooper. Still is a hooper.
Ask him how Duke did against North Carolina last time they played.
I seen that. I watched that game.
I'm chilling though.
I actually texted Sav. He was like,
he only texted.
He told me that
he's 2 for 2, bro, at texting me during a game of a team that I'm watching and immediately losing right after that. Every time.
Well, I didn't want Duke to win, but
and it became personal when it was family related. So now I'm just gonna block this.
Bro, but I literally texted you. I said, "Good luck to your brother." That's what I said. Duke,
at
North Carolina.
7:45. The game started at 7:00.
Better late than never.
That scores. No.
Yeah.
I know he was on. I didn't know he was on.
So if you didn't know he was on, why would you send the text "Good luck"?
Because I seen he was on, then I turned the game on. I was watching.
Crazy. He ain't seen he was on, but yet he would have had to see a post that he was on. So therefore, he saw the post, ignored what time the post said the game was, and then proceeded to text me after the preceded time.
Bro, I'm regardless. I'm gonna send that text once I recognize that your brother's playing.
Every time I play, I'm blocking you until after the game from now on.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Critical. I believe in myths.
That has nothing to do.
You're 2 for 2 right now. You're 2 for 2.
Bro, Duke lost because North Carolina was the better team.
All right. Well,
better team? Are we for real? Better team?
Let's speak on it. Yes. Yeah.
Better team. Are we for real?
Team.
Wait, come on, dog. Don't do this.
Better team, bro.
Don't do this.
Or better coach. What? Which one are you gonna go with?
No, absolutely not.
Not better coaching staff?
No, you have a bingo coach.
Wow.
You got a bingo preacher.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Hubert Humpty Dumpty Davis.
Okay. And you have an IT student. So I mean,
John Shire's one of the best shooters. John Shire's one of the best shooters from Duke.
It's fine. It's fine.
Does that make him?
Not do that. Let's not do that.
It's fine.
Let's not do that. Look, you got the game. You got the stuff. Respect. You got it. I'm gonna let it. It's over. I can't say nothing. It was an L. It was a horrible giving L too, respectfully. That's fine.
Hope we see you on the tournament. That's it.
Y'all won't make it to the tournament.
Yikes.
Y'all won't either.
We beat y'all on the tournament. What are you talking about?
We gonna be in there. We gonna be in there.
Y'all gonna say semi.
Oh
We're gonna
my
be on the opposite
God.
side. We won't see you to the championship.
Bro,
That's what I'm saying.
You're
Hold
gonna
on.
lose to Virginia.
it's quiet for Duke, man.
We gonna
It's
make
quiet for
it
Duke.
past the
You're gonna
Elite
lose to
Eight.
Virginia.
Wow. No. It's
Bro,
gonna be a
it's
battle
quiet.
against VA, but we gonna catch them.
It's quiet for Duke, man. Just wrap it up. Wrap it up, Blue
Don't
Devil.
start. If it's quiet for Duke, it's quiet for the Knicks. So let's not do that. Duke could come to your establishment and beat y'all on y'all floor. I don't want to do that.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Look at this dude. Look at this dude.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Y'all lost the two best players that y'all had, minus Brunson. That's it. You lost RJ Barrett, you lost Emmanuel quickly. Two real hoopers. Now you stuck with what? Randall Al?
RJ Barrett.
Not RJ.
RJ Barrett was trash on the Knicks.
RJ Barrett's a
not
better
trash.
Duke player than Jason Tatum currently.
No, he's not.
Whoa. All right. No, that's dead. That's dead.
I've watched.
As far as brotherhood principles from the Duke standards go, Jason Tatum is not fulfilling his needs. Just not fulfilling his end of the proposition.
He's been an MVP candidate. He's an MVP candidate.
That's nice to
for
be
the last
vocal for
2-3
something and not
years.
win.
So what has RJ Barrett done? Has RJ Barrett ever been an MVP candidate? What are you talking about? RJ Barrett will never sniff MVP.
I don't think ever.
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 Everybody would have to get injured, and then the role
Look,
players too.
I'm gonna say this right now. I'm looking right at the camera when I say this. RJ Barrett will be an all-star next year over Scotty Barnes.
Oh, all-star.
I believe that.
We went from MVP to all-star. What a downgrade.
Small steps. Small
Fine.
steps.
It's fine.
Baby steps.
Don't you know when they tell people when they go to the gym, you take small gains, take what you can handle. Small gains.
All right.
There's a player out in Virginia Tech who's better than every player on Duke's team right now.
Yikes.
Oh, don't
Georgia Amoore.
So what pick is he going in the draft?
Georgia Amoore. She is better than every player on Duke right now.
I had a feeling.
What pick they going in the draft?
I don't know what pick, but I would say she's the third best.
She has 2 more years in college because girls are required to stay 2. Next.
She's a senior, buddy.
She's gonna stay. That's even worse. She's
going.
She's better than Paige? Fuck out of here. That's what I thought. Hell no. She's not better than Paige. She's not better than Ozzie Futz.
She might be
going on next year.
She might be better than Paige.
Better than the girl from South Carolina.
Georgia Amoore?
Stop it. I know who you're talking about. Stop it.
Georgia Amoore's a hooper. She's averaging like 18 and 8.
She's not even better than Juju Watkins.
Facts, I was just about to say it. I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Juju Watkins is an anomaly. Just calm down.
What?
But you want to compare a senior to a freshman. But it's an anomaly. Come on now.
Because Juju Watkins is an anomaly. She's a different beast.
So even if you compare Amoore to Paige, she's not better than Paige, bro, and you know that. You know that, bro. Not better than Paige.
Let's move on. We're gonna get into that a little later.
It's fine. We can move on. Outstanding. Appreciate it.
Duke still sucks.
Man. When we get to the tourney, that's all I want to see, bro. I want to hear nothing. Just
what?
Hey, look, we're going to get into this last topic, but before we get into this last topic, I will say this. We're going to get into a strictly NCAA podcast soon.
Oh, I thought you said we can hear from our sponsors.
I was waiting. I was like,
I have no sponsors just yet, but when we do get some sponsors, don't worry, it'll be lit. But we will get a podcast going soon for this because March Madness is coming soon. There's a lot of action, a lot of underdogs winning. And low key, if y'all not following Ant on Twitter, he's somehow got a script because he's released at least the last 3 underdogs to hit on the money line. I don't know where he's getting the script from. I know he's not going to tell me, but as long as he keeps putting it on Twitter for everybody else to see, that's okay with me.
He ain't called George Mason to beat Dayton.
What do you mean? What am I talking about? The last couple nights, you've sent out tweets that said so and so is upsetting so and so, and you've been 3 for 3 from the last 3 that I've seen.
Oh.
It was
So-
a text. It wasn't a tweet. Goof.
So
No, it
all
was
I'm
a
saying,
tweet.
no, it was a tweet. He
You
sent
tweeted
tweets.
it?
Yeah, he tweeted it.
Came
And this
out the
was all
box?
pregame. These were all pregame tweets.
I think it came out. the
So
box.
I don't know where he's getting the script from. I don't know who he's in with right now. But all I'm saying, guys, tap into
Oh,
his
you're
Twitter.
talking about the Purdue one and then
And then the 2 last night.
the Baylor and UConn.
Yeah. So tap in. That's all I'm gonna say.
You ain't
but
called Mason over dating today.
we will get we
I
will
didn't
definitely
watch
get
college
this.
basketball today. Well, I'm watching it now, but
But
Mason beat Dayton today. It was a good one. Dayton number 14. That was a good bump.
But let's go ahead and get into the last topic. The losers of the NBA, man. There's a few teams at the bottom of the barrel this season, and I want to know who y'all think's gonna finish with the worst record in the NBA this year. Right now, we got the Pistons with the worst, and then the Wizards, Spurs, Hornets, and Blazers as the bottom of the barrel teams. Who finishes with the worst record though in the NBA, man?
The Wizards.
yeah, man.
Oh,
Fuck the Wizards. Fuck the Wizards.
I'm sorry, dog. The Wizards, man. I can't even.
No,
I can't even hold back.
He's dead ass. Fuck the Wizards.
No, I agree. I cannot.
They're
cannot
just
disagree.
bad, man. They're just bad. You got Jordan Poole, who they went and traded for, thinking that he'll be a jewel, dropping buckets for them, dropping 0
He
points.
is shell shocked. Draymond Green got that man
He's
shell
done.
shocked.
He's done.
J. Cole just dropped a new song.
He's done. So
Oh,
the Wizards,
Hey,
100%.
free Kyle, man. Free Kyle.
Kuzma's
How,
trash.
who?
Kuzma's trash.
I mean, he deserves a Bradley Beal 3rd option somewhere.
No,
4th option
no,
maybe
no, no, no,
somewhere.
no, no. Because
Come on, bro.
Kuzma's an idiot. Kuzma's a big capital F idiot because they offered him an opportunity to leave because the Mavs were looking for a stretch 4 and he told them no, he wanted to stay. Stupid.
Facts.
That's on you.
Facts. That's on him.
Suffer.
Facts.
Did you say big? Did you say big F idiot?
Huh?
Did you say big F idiot?
He did.
I didn't say "een" after the F, but yes.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Jeez.
what? When did idiot start with F? What German writing is this?
I said "F-een."
My fault. I didn't hear the ing. That's my fault. I didn't hear that. That's why I was like, what new language are we speaking? Okay, LSU getting into it with Kentucky. Hey, J. Cole just dropped a new song, yo.
You're late. That was like 2 hours ago.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Obviously,
You say you're not light skinned enough.
Clearly not. I'm not one of Aubrey's angels. Jesus Christ. Sorry, we haven't talked about Drake in a while. That's my bad. I didn't mean to do that. That's my fault.
Side note, speaking on that, nah, I'm gonna let him live because I ain't heard from him since he went out there to Tampa. So I'm gonna let him live though.
Ooh.
Okay.
No worries. Just let us slide.
We're gonna go ahead and wrap it
I
on
need
up
to
right
Max
here.
Swing.
We're gonna wrap it on. We're gonna wrap it on up here. Y'all can go ahead and join us on the next episode of NetWorthy. Make sure to catch this episode strictly on YouTube at NetWorthy Podcast. We'll see y'all next time.
I need the Max Swing.